we have Flacco. Now, over the weekend, a lot of revelations came through, including the fact that he said he isn't dating the former girlfriend to, what's his name?
Ooh.
Short guy. This girl who's very controversial. I'll remember her name very soon. Anyway, so he gave her.
Daddy Amor?
Yes. So, what's the name of the girlfriend?
Keranta.
Keranta.
There were rumors he was dating Keranta?
Yeah, there were
Okay.
many rumors that were going about that him and Keranta were actually dating, but he refuted these on an interview that we saw recently during this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So other than that, it would seem that Flacco has been a fountain of information when it comes to his personal life, not just on one interview, but on multiple interviews, right? So in a former interview he had with one of these upcoming gossip channels, he came up and revealed that he'd made a lot of money during COVID.
Yeah, I remember.
He made upwards
In
of
millions.
20 million. Upwards of 20 million.
Hi, Flacco, what's happening?
This is money he hadn't necessarily counted for. It wasn't
Yeah.
accounted. He was giving it a rough figure. So imagine if he actually tallied it all. It would probably be a very huge number, a number on that end of that total. However, we are so proud of him for that. And in addition to that, it would seem that this is a milestone for him because
Yeah.
previously he had had so many issues when it came to his health, both mental and physical. Apparently, he had an ongoing condition, which was eczema, and has another interesting
And
name.
hives.
He used to break out into hives. In case you don't know what eczema is, it's basically a skin condition where your skin reacts really horribly to things, and you just break out into like tiny little pimples, which are very painful, and you're basically uncomfortable the whole time because if your skin gets into contact with anything, you're pretty much in pain. It's very sensitive.
Yeah.
So he said that this would be a condition that he would go through multiple times when he was a bit younger, but until it got to a point where he'd go like even 7 months in the same condition. He's breaking out in hives. He didn't know how to control it. He would have to stop shooting. He'd have to stop creating content because obviously he can't come out looking with like that with his skin. It was a barricade for many of the things that he wanted to progress with. However, he decided to start to think about it. He started to take his mental health very seriously. He also started to take his spirituality very seriously. So he said that he would pray a lot and he would try to consult people who would help him with his mental health.
Yeah.
And that enabled him to transition into a better person, and still somehow the hives disappeared. So look at that. If you pray, sometimes things do work out. I'm really hoping so because
Yeah.
I may need prayers right now. So I'm Team Flacco, prayers and mental health.
Yeah.
So be very keen on what you're taking in. Be very keen on the kind of things that you're. I think let me actually read a small script from what he said. He said, "Ever since I took life easy, no stress, pray, mental health checks, all the allergies disappeared. It's been 3 months and no sign of allergy. Attending to your mental health is key."
True.
And I completely love this because sometimes it's scientific. That your body sometimes will, your subconscious sometimes will force your body into reactions or will manifest something that's happening in the back of your mind physically in order for you to take more caution. So maybe it was an extension of this particular thing. We wouldn't necessarily know. Maybe it's just God, intervening in his own way. God, Allah, Buddha, whoever intervened in his life, we're happy for it. He's happy, he's good. 3 months without eczema, that's always a good thing.
happy.
It doesn't matter where it came from. He's just happy that it's here. So mental health.
I think the minute your mind is okay,
Yeah.
there is nothing you cannot do. It's all about if you're okay deep down, if you're okay in the inside,
Yeah.
it's going to manifest in the outside. But if you're stressed, then you get high blood pressure, you get all these other diseases. If you're not okay mentally, it manifests in other funny sicknesses and illnesses. And if I might even go further, Dr. Strange, okay? This man had to heal his mind to heal his hands, okay? I'm just saying, the mind is so powerful. When it is okay, then you're okay. But if you have something that's affecting you mentally, well, you know what's going to happen.
And it sounds very elusive when we speak about it in this way,
Yeah.
but think about it. When you're stressed, you don't sleep. When you don't sleep, you get dark circles. When you get dark circles, your skin starts to get stressed out. Now you're breaking out into small pimples. You're like, what's going on? If you're not doing that, then you're constantly having headaches because you're not sleeping enough, because you're tired. You see, it's simple to see how these things can accumulate to a point where your body is breaking out in hives. So you need to check yourself.
And I actually had an incident, like when I think I was in primary school or high school. My mom had ovarian cancer and she had to have a hysterectomy and everything. And it was a whole ordeal. But now looking back, I like ask her, did they ever find, the reason? You're like, yeah, it's a medical issue and sometimes. And then she told me, but most of all, I was very stressed. And I feel like she really does feel like because of the mental condition she was in, it manifested in said disease. And I'm like, is that true? She's like, there was a possibility it would have come back again. But since I let go of everything and I was like, you're not going to stress me anymore. Nothing is going to stress me anymore. All of a sudden she was 100%. I'm like, that's interesting. We should look into that. We should investigate very thoroughly.
Mendo.
Exactly. And now on to a very interesting